Is this working? Hello. Hi. How's it going, everybody? Today we're gonna be looking at a live stream. We're gonna be looking at the state of play. I did mean to watch this live as it was happening, but I figured I wasn't gonna. I'm still wary about streaming all this stuff, so I always, whenever this type of stuff happens, I always just pre-record it. And I woke up really late. I just got back from like an overnight shift, so did not have the energy for it. But is that better? Okay. Anyway, I literally just woke up like an hour ago. I went to go eat and I forgot that this was happening today. But it's happened. So we're not gonna wait the 14 and a half minutes for this to load up. But it is not a very long state of play. I did hear that it is supposed to be 20 minutes of new titles from Japanese developers. So I'm interested what that's gonna be, or maybe like new or upcoming or something like that. So let's dive right in. Let's not waste any more time with this. 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm excited to find out what it's gonna be, but let's go sit up. I don't want to look at a thumbnail by accident. Of course, I'm not gonna know if the audio's too loud because this is just pre-recorded. So who knows? But I'm gonna try to lean into the mic. Here we go. I don't have no expectations. Everybody wants God of War, even though they announced, hey, it's gonna be mostly Japanese developers. Something from Square Enix, please.
Hello, viewers. I am Ivy the android. I'd like to share today's dinosaur forecast. A dinosaur outbreak will soon occur. Residents in the affected area have been evacuated, and a team of exo-fighters has been dispatched. A vortex warning has been issued.
This looks like Anthem.
Indoors.
What is this, Earth Defense Force but dinosaurs? Oh my god. Is it just EDF but dinosaurs? Look at, they got their little Hal Emmerich over there too.
I make a sensitive situation.
You've been living farming the kids records for 2 years.
All I wanted was to be IBS's top pilot.
IBS's latest dinosaur forecast and exosuit technology were able to keep human casualties to 0.
Oh.
Exosuit development is proceeding under the guidance of the next-gen AI.
Oh, it's a hero fighter. Oh, cool. Oh, you can switch out.
Meanwhile, IBS
Titanfall.
continues to recruit
Jesus.
to become new
The
exofighters.
power of the PlayStation 5, huh?
Greatest hope.
Not to sound like a downer, but there's no games on the PS5, and I hope they put more of a focus on games for that system. It just to make the purchase worth it. Like, it's been 2 years, and we still have like games being made for the PS4. Not to say that shouldn't stop. There's, Exo Primal. Why have I heard this game before? I don't think it's new games actually. I think it's games that are gonna come out within the next year or so.
Welcome to IBS.
Yeah, oh man, they put that on the PS4 also? What's that gonna be like?
With more announcements and updates for your favorite games. We just saw the debut of Exo Primal, a brand new IP from Capcom. It hits PS4 and PS5.
Look at them, dinosaurs in the back.
Next up, let's get some eye-popping updates for some fan favorites.
Oh, okay.
Soon.
I don't think it's new titles after all. I think it's just games mostly from Japanese devs, which is fine. This game looks cool. I wonder if this is like an open world type-ish game. Also, what is it with like Shibuya being like the proving grounds of like the undead? This is like the third or maybe the fourth story I've heard where like it starts off at Shibuya Crossing, starring a dead character. Look, he's dead. Get me open world Tokyo. You know, come to think of it, there hasn't really been something like that. I think the closest we ever got to open world Tokyo is the Yakuza series. And it's like 3 blocks, I think. That's cool. I'm not really a FPS kind of guy, but I mean I'll play them, but I don't really go seeking them out, you know. Final Fantasy? Strangers in Paradise or something like that? This is the weirdest. Oh, there's a demo.
Later today, visit PlayStation Store to download a new demo for Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. Now, let's jump into the world of Forspoken with some all-new gameplay.
There you go. I hope I see something new or something that I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
The fact that they're getting this out of the way really quickly makes me think that they might have 1 or 2 things lined up, you know? This one looks cool though, I am interested in this. Still weird to me that this is like a Square Enix game. I hope this doesn't like get so far into development and it gets turned into a live service game like some games did. Like, this game looks cool, it's gonna come out in 3 years as a live service game. R.I.P. Babylon's Fall.
Let's finish this.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, okay. That's pretty soon, actually. When you really think about it.
That was a new
The
look
years
at the
rolling
sprawling
by.
PS5 adventure Forspoken from Luminous Productions.
It's a PS5 exclusive
Let's check
too,
out
huh?
some 6v6 action in Gundam Evolution, a fast-paced multiplayer shooter coming to PS4 and PS5 later this year.
Gundam's cool. One of the few IPs that can actually like do something like this. Like, here's all our shit from like years and years and years. I love it when like properties kind of like last that long, you know, and still having fans of it. And then I had all these legacy characters you can work with. It's cool. It's cool that it's mechs too. Gundam Barbados is also just a really cool design. Look at him. Still not front and center. I'm surprised. Is Gundam Barbados not the new Gundam? Or is that it? Is that the new Gundam? I don't know. I don't pay attention. I don't know anything about Gundam. Okay. Re-release. I hope it's like a physical copy so that you can have it forever. You know, I've been thinking a lot lately how we're coming out with a lot of like re-releases for like remasters and stuff like that, which you know they're gonna do again in like 10 or so years. But I'm thinking like, I wonder if everyone's gonna look back and go like, yeah, they did a re-release, but they only got it out for the PS5, which is like ancient. That's crazy to me to think about, considering how long gaming generations last these days, which isn't all that long. It's probably like half a decade minimum. That's cool. Giga Bash. Not enough arcade type games out these days. Everything's gotta be
Kaiju
big.
Brawler Giga Bash comes to PS4 and PS5 later this year. Next, a fan favorite fighting game makes a beautiful and bizarre return.
SF6? I think that would be the thing. Huh? It's a quality, sorry. I guess it is. Oh, what? Jojo? Yeah, for sure. Oh, new game. Yeah. Oh, is this just a re-release of Eyes of Heaven? Oh no, is it All-Star Battle? This All-Star Battle? Makes a bizarre return. I should have known. Weird. It looks the same. R as in like a remaster? It looks the same. Okay. I wonder if they re-recorded voice lines for part 4, part 5, and part 6. Because I remember like the Josuke's voice actor sounds nothing like him. But that's because the anime had not come out yet. I'm curious if they re-recorded lines just for those guys specifically. Or, you know. Ooh, what is this? Trek to Yomi? Oh, that's cool. I know Ghost of Tsushima was supposed to look like a Kurosawa film, but this looks more like that. Okay. What's Playdead Studios up to these days? Sorry, the black and white side-scrolling just kind of made me think of it. Oh, it's a time game. Time travel. That's cool. Yep. Oh, hey, I know that one. I know that one. I know that one. Devolver. Devolver published games, not usually a bad sign. Usually not
Trapped.
Not usually bad.
In an endless cycle. Fighting.
Oh, this one again? Returnal?
Dying. Returning. Always the same.
This is a Japanese game?
Yet always changing. Astra, I'm not alone. Not anymore. Now I stand before the endless tower. I climb as Sisyphus did, pushing the boulder upward. No matter how high I climb, the challenge begins again.
Just never got into it. I'm sure
But I fight on.
I'm sure people
through
love
the
it,
infinite.
and a lot of people love it. I just, the art style never
Seeking
grabbed me,
answers.
unfortunately.
Seeking ascension. My release is within this tower, and I will find it.
Ascension. Who's this by? Housemark.
Housemark is bringing campaign co-op and a mysterious new survival mode to Returnal Ascension, a free update hitting this March. It's almost time to sign off, but before we do, let's get a first look at 2 brand new games coming from Square Enix.
Okay. You got 2 from Square Enix, so
Is this
confirm
really what you
nothing from
want?
Atlas.
And you are certain that what we are doing is best for the people of the kingdom?
Yes. I suppose it would, in a sense. True. Yes. It made me wonder. Am I still that same person?
No FF16, huh? If they're gonna be new titles.
Myths gives way to an era of great turmoil. The continent was ravaged by the devastating war between the Empire and the Alliance. However, one nation remained unaffected by the chaos. The Kingdom of Alatane, ward of the August, looked destined to have its soil stained
Britain.
with the blood of battle.
We've finally been called up.
We're up against the Empire's main army.
We are to eradicate every last Imperial who comes ashore. Keep focused.
Come on, everyone!
And now you will die.
Cool.
Do you really have such a yearning for war?
Does this remind me of, reminds me of Valkyria Chronicles? I know not exactly, but the fact that they're all just like anime heads in a war setting.
So then, what shall we do now?
We're going to retake it.
I love the whole miniature aesthetic.
Chance while they're all assembled.
I think
Best and crush them.
not Bravely Default. What is the other one? Triangle Strategy and all that.
It also likely means that we're in danger. I suppose it is the only way for us to survive.
The Dio Field Chronicles. meanwhile triangle strategy. It's fine. I just wish it had another name. Minor cell shading on everything.
If the will to fight still lingers within you, then accept my offer and join me.
She looks like a doll. Okay. Alright.
Valkyrie, heed my words. Ragnarok tears our world asunder. All we hold precious lies on the brink of annihilation. Become my tool of intervention and save this world from doom.
Valkyria souls. Yep, there you go, Valkyrie. Elysium. What am I thinking of? Not Valkyria Chronicles, then. That's cool.
Your efforts to remain undetected are lacking.
I don't know
Reveal yourself.
anything about this series, but cool character designs.
Who are you?
Got the girl from Forspoken.
That's all for today. We'll see you soon with another State of Play. That's
it, huh? You know, they don't really announce these in advance. They always just like, oh yeah, there's gonna be one. I didn't even hear about it until like I was almost heading off into work the other night. I didn't even hear anything about it. You know, would I have loved to see more? Of course I would have. I wanted to see something from Atlas. I wanted to see FF16. I wanted to hear some more about FF7R Part 2. But I assume those things are gonna be a little bit later on. The Atlas one, they announced the announcement, which is, you know, I can't wait for the April announcement to be just, oh, it's gonna be in June, watch out. I'm just gonna watch the trailer when that comes out. That was a really shitty thing, and I hate that they keep doing it. And I'm sure that the American team knows that that everyone's gonna hate it, but they just have to keep at it. Like, they were releasing so many like trailers, like, oh, like leading up to the end of February, they kept re-releasing, like, oh, here's the intro to P3, now here's the intro to P4, here's the intro to P5. Wait until April, suckers. Yeah, it sucked, but yeah, I wasn't expecting something from Atlas, but I was hoping that they would show off, you know, at least P4 Arena Ultimax, because they already have announced that, just kind of like, you know, remind us like, hey, here it is, and I understand that FF16 has been delayed in development. I'm hoping that what we saw all those years ago still exist. I feel like Square Enix tends to have a habit of showing something off and then something happening mid-development, and then by the time the game comes out, it'll be very different. Not very different, but like it'll be different enough that it won't really resemble the very first thing that you showed off. They did this with Babylon's Fall. They did this with Kingdom Hearts 3. They did this with FF13 Versus. You know, I think a lot of Square Enix titles go through lengthy development processes, and I'm sure that whatever original vision is there will continue to exist. But I'm hoping that it doesn't last too long, that it doesn't stray too far away from it. I don't really have any thoughts about anything that I saw so far. I don't even remember what was the first thing that they showed off. This Exo Force or whatever, Exo Primal. Neat. It doesn't grab me artistically, if I'm honest. I feel like I'm over the whole realistic art style. It's cool. It's a little, it's stylized, yes, but it's just kind of like it's set in the city. It looks neat. I don't know. Multiplayer games don't really grab me all that much. Ghostwire. Ghostwire's cool. I just suck at first-person shooters, so I don't really pay attention to it. This is just weird. This is just weird. That's cool. I do play Final Fantasy, but my history with it is I haven't played a lot of Final Fantasy. I do own several Final Fantasy games. I just haven't played through a lot of them. Not done with 14. I did play FF7R. I'm not done with FF7 original, and I barely even started 15. But I feel like every single Final Fantasy game I've played has its own very distinct flavor to it that I'm sure this is going to be interesting. And Forspoken, cool. Really interested in that. Give me some exclusives. Not to sound like that guy, but give me a reason to get to play on the console. Like I played like Elden Ring and it's fine and it's fun, but give me more. Not that I'm even done with Elden Ring anytime soon. And Elden Ring looks great anyway. Gundam Evolution, again, I don't really play multiplayer or first person, so there you go. I don't really have history with the Ninja Turtles, and this Kaiju game looks neat, but again, it's like multiplayer, and like every time I play a multiplayer game, no one ever really wants to play, so who gives a shit to me? Jojo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle, though, interesting. I don't really know if people really particularly loved All-Star Battle, but I'm surprised this and not Eyes of Heaven, because I'm pretty sure Eyes of Heaven was also a well, it was a PS4 game. I guess you don't really need to re-release it, but it looks the same. The fact that they open with this and at the prison. Hold on, did she say it's a bizarre return? Wait.
Kaiju Brawler Giga Bash comes to PS4 and PS5 later this year. Next, a fan-favorite fighting game makes a beautiful and bizarre return.
A beautiful and bizarre. Like, look, the fact that they open on this shot makes me think it's gonna be a new game with a focus on the Stone Ocean story. But I guess Stone Ocean's not really done, so I guess that makes sense. But it looks the same. It looks exactly the same. Like, I'm sure this screenshot exists on the PS3, like the press release. But I'm curious. The fact that they're showing off Jolene's voice makes me think that they did re-record some lines. Also, I think I heard Koichi there in a second. Yeah, I'm curious because every time they come out with these games, they kind of guess as to how the character is going to be portrayed. And I think when this game originally came out, Josuke was more stereotypical Bansho type voice. He's kind of gruff, like yaro. But when the anime actually came out, he's kind of like Josuke's good. Josuke's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's kind of like he's hanging out. Josuke's a cool character. So they gave him a much nicer voice than the games actually did. But this one's cool. All-Star Battle I might check out if there's like a physical release for it, just to have it. I think. Put it next to my copy of Demon Slayer and My Hero. This is neat. Trek to Yomi. Akio Otsuka, huh? Of course, as the bad guy. What's it like? Typecast as a bad guy. And Returnal, These last two look neat. These last two look interesting. The Dio Chronicle. Whatever.
Survive.
The Dio Field Chronicle. Also, I love Square Enix and their, this whatever font this is supposed to be overlaid with art on the back of it. That's cool. Love that. Anyway, that's it. That's it for State of Play, huh? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I can't really wrap up my thoughts. I already wrapped them up. Would I have loved to see more? You're not really gonna see a lot more. Again, I don't know. Like, E3 is not really a thing as it was back then. I miss the times when video games would just get announced at one time in the year. Not one time of the year, but like there was like an event you would look forward to, right? Like there'd be like, okay, we're gonna announce, like it was a convention. It was the Electronics Entertainment Expo. Right, it's like everyone's gonna meet up. We're gonna show off all our stuff in development at this time, and if something's ready, then we're gonna announce it. If something's not ready, then you're gonna have to wait for it. It's cool, like, to expect a time and place for that. But then, Nintendo broke off and like, okay, we're gonna do our own thing. We're not gonna have a big press conference. And then Sony said, we're not gonna have our own press conference. And Xbox was like, okay, well, we're not gonna have our own press conference either. And then now everybody wants a piece of the pie. It's every time. I feel like we keep repeating history and all these things in like every single aspect of media, like think about how this is gonna be way left field, but like think about how Netflix used to be like the one streaming service, and then Hulu wanted in on it, and everyone's like, okay, you can have Netflix and Hulu, you get the big two, right? Now you have Peacock, you have Disney Plus. You have Amazon Video, and like, and HBO Max, and it's too much, And now it's not even like a package deal. That's not even worth your money doing that. And I understand that these live streams are a free service, but now it just doesn't feel as big. You know what I mean? Like, if you announce a series on Netflix, everyone's like, oh my god, it's gonna be on Netflix. It was like a big deal, right? Because it was Netflix versus Hulu, right? But now Netflix doesn't even have The Office, doesn't have any of the Marvel shows it used to have, like a bunch of shows that had the Marvel movies. I think Endgame was on there, or Infinity War was not on there, but Endgame was on Disney Plus for a little bit, Oh yeah, Netflix had a bunch of Disney movies that just got pulled out from Netflix because they moved to Disney Plus. It just terrible. Now it's just, I don't even know what to watch on Netflix anymore. It's all original content as everybody's paying attention to it now. But now here it's just kind of like, is E3 even gonna be a thing anymore? Everyone's just releasing, you're not expecting a big E3 press conference anymore. It was nice. I feel like it used to be a cool thing where you'd have like an entire weekend of like, oh yeah, Sony's gonna release all their shit today. You have like a new console. There was something special about the fact that you would have. I think you cannot recreate this moment anymore with the current, with the way that things currently are, where you would have I forgot his name. I think, was it not Andrew House or somebody just going up to a podium and going $2.99 and then leaving, right? You just can't, or similarly when Kaz Hirai got on stage and announced that the PS4 was gonna be $3.99 on stage right after, like the same day, I think, that Xbox announced that the Xbox One was gonna be $499, and they started talking about the whole digital thing and stuff like that, and now for a fact that in between that time and like hours from then, that they had a whole video about they had a whole video about trading games and stuff like that and lending out games, and it was weird, and it was such a dig, you know, and it was good, and there was something so playground about it, and I loved that. But you just can't get that anymore because everyone has their own pre-recorded thing, or everyone has their own scheduled press conferences. Like, it just feels too safe, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. It feels a bit too sterile. And I miss the personality that these games conferences used to have, and I'm definitely in that camp of saying that, like, part of that is because everyone has started doing their own thing. You know, State of Play is cool, Nintendo Directs are cool, but I miss the audience interaction of it. You know, like PS5 getting announced as a recorded thing, and you don't really get the pop off on that. You know, granted, it was in the middle of the pandemic, so you can't really have crowds back then, but you know. Anyway, I feel like I've talked longer than the runtime of the actual video, which we skipped half of, and I think that's all I had to say about that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for letting me ramble if you stuck around this far. Yes, this is going to be going up on YouTube exclusively because it's pre-recorded. But if you want to catch any of my future streams, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Soromoto. We're gonna be doing Shadowbringers pretty soon. Once I get through this, I'm not gonna finish this. I'm not gonna finish this before I play Shadowbringers. Fuck no. But I do want to play a little bit more of it, and also when my schedule gets a bit more loose, when I have more free time to do that, I'll get on Shadowbringers. But for now, I hope stuff like this, and I hope that the other recorded content on my channel is sufficient. But that's all I got. I hope you all had a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe, take care, and peace out. Bye.